Canaan land is just in sight. The children of Israel were marching through the wilderness. Moses was leading them. They'd come out of Egypt, were headed to Canaan, their promised land, and took them 40 years to get through the wilderness, as you know. But Moses led them, and many times they'd come to hard places. Children of Israel would say, let's turn back. We'd rather be in Egypt than to be out here dying in the wilderness. And Moses would say, keep going. Keep going. God has promised. Keep going. I read this morning in my devotions in Joshua chapter 1, after Moses had died, the leader of God's people, God called Joshua to take over that position. And it's interesting what we read there as we think about this song and listen to it this morning. I think about Canaan land just being in sight for the Israelites. Joshua said after he came on the scene, his main commandment to them was, be strong and of good courage. God had told him that, and he had passed it on. Be strong and of good courage. 3 times in the first chapter, I believe it's 3 times, we see that statement. Be strong and of good courage. It reminds us of the battles we face while we're here on earth, on our way to our promised land, which is heaven, a home in God's house forever and ever. But we're told to be faithful, trust God, just keep on, keeping on. Don't turn loose of that which you believed, and continue to trust God for what he said he'll do. So the message is very similar for us that it was for the Israelites when Joshua began to lead them. Be true, stand fast, be strong and of good courage. Every place your foot sits down in the promised land, God's given it to you. It's going to be yours. Now, we can't carry the illustration of Canaan as a promised land in complete entirety into our heavenly scene. There's going to be some differences, as you know. We're going to be there forever and ever. The Israelites are not in Canaan forever and ever. But we're going to be in heaven forever and ever. That's our new birth, our new life. Our spiritual man is going to live there with God forever and ever. We'll have a glorified body then. It's going to be a great day. We talk about that day often. What a day that will be when my Jesus I shall see. Well, it is a promised land for us, heaven. And as we look forward to it, let's remember times are not always going to be easy. Just like the Israelites complained about what they had to eat, sometimes about the water. We also have a tendency to complain sometimes about what we're going through here on earth. But let us remember that God has promised us that he'll not leave us nor forsake us. He'll be with us. And one day we're going to be in heaven's glory. The song said there'll be no sorrow there. And they were talking of Canaan land. But in essence, that's the truth about heaven. No tears, no sorrow, no parting over there. And we're looking forward to that day. I hope you are too. I know if you've trusted in the Lord Jesus and you're looking forward to seeing him and being with him forever and ever, and reunited with many loved ones who've gone on before us. So we'll have an opportunity to do that one day. And what we need to do is just stand true, hold fast to that which we believe, and don't be tempted into moving off the trail and getting to walk after the world or after our flesh or after the devil rather than following Jesus, because we're called on to be true and be faithful. He'll not forsake us, and he asks us to live by faith as well. I hope that's encouraging to you. Have a good day, and join me again next time. And I apologize again for this old raspy throat, but we're going to be over that too one day, and then I won't have to gasp for breath from time to time. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you next time we have encouragement with the Johnsons. Bye-bye.